Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza. For the next 30 days, we're going to learn to build better habits in health, fitness, relationships, business, and overall well-being by making small mindset shifts that make a big difference. Contrary to how it may seem, the path to any success is achieved by taking small, consistent action over time. Someday is not a day of the week, so the time to level up is now, because you were made for greatness. It'll be a marathon, not a sprint, and together we'll take it one step, 1 mile, one day at a time. Welcome to the Mindset Mile. You ready? Hey friends! Originally, I was going to make this topic one of the first few episodes of this challenge, but for a few reasons, I decided to push it back, and I'm so glad I did, because I think talking about consistency in the home stretch of a 30-day challenge is going to have a different impact on you than it would if we had talked about it when we first got started. Because you're not just going to listen and be inspired by the idea of consistency. You've been showing up and living it. But if you happen to find this episode outside of doing the 30-day challenge, I know this is still going to speak to you, like mega. Because consistency is the reason people fall flat before reaching their goals or desired level of success or happiness. I know this is such a cliche example, but have you ever made a New Year's resolution you started for a couple weeks that faded before the second month of the year even came around? Or a goal at any time of the year for that matter? I've learned it the hard way too many times and have given into the vicious cycle of feeling hopeful that this would be the time that whatever it was would stick. I'd give it a college try for a couple weeks. I'd fall off the wagon and would carry on into another year with the same habits, disappointed in the expectations of myself and just feeling like I failed. There's a few things I can look back on and identify. 1, I relied on staying motivated to do the work it took to meet the goal. And 2, I started out or eventually became inconsistent. Here's why. Did you know it takes an average of 66 days to form a habit? Not 7 days, not 2 weeks, 66 days. Time can feel like it's going by pretty slow when you're committing to change or developing a new habit, because 2 weeks can feel like forever. Am I right? It doesn't matter what it is. Cutting out alcohol, eliminating gluten or dairy, or sticking to some kind of habit change, exercising for 20 minutes every single day. Change feels slow and heavy at first, and it takes self-discipline to get going and stay with it, but consistency is the name of the game. And the thing about consistency is that it's the least desired piece of the puzzle. We live in a microwave society where everyone wants to generate quick success. We are conditioned to believe that if something doesn't yield results on a short timeline, then it must not be working and to move on to the next. It's a toxic cycle because not only does it not promote what actually works, which is consistency over long periods of time, but it starts to wane at our confidence in ourselves. Eventually, after skipping from one thing to the next without finding the success or the happiness we're looking for, it begins to feel like failure is a part of how we are hardwired. That things are destined to just not work for us. But consistency is mundane. It doesn't feel like small actions will add up to much, and oftentimes it's slow to yield results. But that's why it's so important to commit to the process of a goal, not the end results of it. Consistency looks like doing the things that are so easy to do. They are equally as easy to not do. Like writing down 3 things a day you're grateful for, making a to-do list, making your bed every morning, reading a personal development book for 15 minutes before bed instead of looking at your phone, or in this case, walking a mile a day. It seems too easy, right? Or like you're not missing much by skipping out on a day. But the days turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into years. And that's how habits are created and ingrained, whether good or bad. And those little commitments or lack thereof add up to be a lot. It's the slight edge, either working for you or against you. You're not going to land on a goal or desired outcome by happenstance. It takes intentional, consistent effort. This happens with our health, in our relationships, with our finances, in business, with our confidence, everything. This is the essence behind the whole reason I started this podcast and challenge. To speak about what I know to be true, that the shortcut to any goal or desired outcome is doing the work and staying consistent. I wanted to strip it down and give you a tangible way to experience real change in yourself. Because deep down, I think it's all our burning desire to be the best versions of ourselves. And I believe wholeheartedly that this challenge could be the start of a beautiful upgrade to your already awesome self. As we're over 3/4 of the way through this challenge, I'm sure you're feeling a difference, right? Can you imagine the compound effect if every person in America walked just 1 mile a day for a year? Can you even fathom what it would feel or be like to walk 365 intentional miles? It saddens and sickens me to think that this is just sorely overlooked and underpreached in the media. Instead, we're bombarded with rhetoric and marketing that promotes medicine and drugs when the message should be about how maintaining a healthy lifestyle in even just the smallest doses does a world of prevention. A brisk walk every day can help maintain a healthy weight, prevent or manage common conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. It'll strengthen your bones and improve your overall mood. And those are just to name a few benefits of walking daily. Choose to stay committed, even after these first 30 episodes. It was intended to be a catalyst for you. It may just be a mile, but it's about showing up to do it every day because you said you would. And look at you. You did. Even when you didn't feel like it. Even when you were traveling. Even when the weather wasn't ideal. Even when you were in a bad mood. Or it felt like every corner of the world was pulling you in a different direction. This type of discipline will build your confidence like nothing else. If you're loving this podcast, it would mean the world to me if you rated, subscribed, and shared it with a friend. Be sure to tag me on your walks or runs at Aisha Zaza and hashtag Mindset Mile. That's all we have for today, my friends. Remember, the big things don't happen overnight. It's the small things done consistently that make the big things possible. You are capable and you are worthy. Make it a great day.